Welcome back to JC Motive Garage. So I just did the seafoam in the engine in the throttle body of the Saturn, and I let it set. So it's been sitting for about 10-15 minutes. It started smoking a little bit, so I'm trying to burn all the carbon out of the throttle body because it's been revving really high at idle, about 2,000 RPM. So I'm going to see if this fixes it. If this makes it run better and it doesn't do that, then that's good. And if it still does, then it might need a vacuum leak. So we're going to check it out and see if we can find out what's wrong with it. So let's get into it. All right, so I just did the throttle body, spray the seafoam in the throttle body. I sprayed a whole can of it in there. Let it smoke. And we're going to get ready and start this up. We're going to drive it and we're going to see if it's actually better. So let's put it in neutral here. Let's see how much better it is. Turn on the radio here. Alright, so we gotta change engine oil, but we already did it, so I just need to figure out how to change that. Seems like it's running a lot better, and it doesn't really have a high rev. It's actually going down. So let's get ready and drive this, and let's see if this actually fixes the high idle and it's actually better. Actually went off. I'm gonna have to look online and see how to do the oil light, so I'll do that in a separate video. We'll do the oil light, but no check engine light, no service light, no nothing on this car. It's got 90,580, so it had 90,400 when we first picked it up, so we've been putting a little bit of miles on it since we drove it, and we've been driving it a lot. So we got the new shift boot in here, new center console. I cleaned up that, got that all cleaned up, panels back on. We're gonna get a new radio for it here soon. Got it all cleaned up. Got the sun visor on for the sunroof, so that's good. Got that done, so it just clips right up there, and just get the little nut, and it does the same thing on the other side. So right over here, same thing, just fits just like that. So we're gonna see, and it'll start to go up a little bit. We'll see if it goes back down. It's in neutral, so we're gonna see if this actually fixes it. It might be doing it because I just put the seafoam in here, and get somebody pulling in my driveway. I live down a private road, and there's only 4 houses down this road, and I don't know why they pulled down a road. Now they're doing like a 5-point turn to turn around, but let's see. Okay. All right, so let's go drive this car, and let's see if we can actually get it to smoke, and get the idle to run down, and see if we can diagnose this this problem, see if this was it. So let's do it. All right, so after doing the seafoam, I got the idle down from 2,000 RPMs down to about 1,600, but it's still high, and it's still running like at 3,000 RPMs in 5th gear, about 70 miles an hour. So that's a little too high. So I've looked online, and I've talked to a few people on the Saturn forum, and they told me to check the IAC, which is the idle air control module, the motor in the throttle body. Take out the throttle body, clean it up, and put it back in there, and see if that fixes it. So we're gonna do that real quick, and we'll see if we can fix this problem. So let's do it. All right, see all the smoke? Look at all the smoke coming out of the back. You can see it right now. It's actually smoking really bad. I'll give it some rev. See if I can get this smoke out the back. Oh, look at all that smoke. Ooh, look at that. Look at this back here. Look at this smoke. Burning all that carbon out of the engine. That's good. I like it. Here, let's see if this actually car runs a lot better. So let's go down the road and see. You can actually get this. Look at it smoking. Try to attempt this with one hand. Just driving down the road. See if we can get this actually smoking out the back. You can actually see it smoking smoke down the road. Let's see. It's actually shifting really good. Look how nice it shifts. It's still smoking a little bit, so. Third gear. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Fourth gear. It's a brand new master cylinder. I don't know why it's clicking. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll have to look at it and see why it's doing that. Might just need to be greased from the thing. But let me drive this car and then I'll be right back when we get home. I'll let you know when we find out. Alright, so I drove the car for a couple miles down the road. It just stopped smoking, still smoking a little bit, and you can see that the idle's really high. It's in neutral. My foot's not on the gas. And yeah, so it is still smoking a little bit. Let's check it out. Let's go out here and check this out. Car's in neutral with the brake lights. Let's see how much it's still smoking. Put a whole can of seats on and it should be smoking for a little while. It's probably got a lot of carbon buildup. I've seen a lot of carbon when I took off the throttle body, so still smoking a little bit, but I still got a really high idle. I don't know why. I've checked all the sensors. We don't have a check engine light, and it's still running at a high idle. It's got a good rev. Still smoking a little bit in the back. You can see it's smoking. Still trying to burn all that carbon. So starting to get up to operating temperature, so that's good. That's one of the problems that we were having. It wasn't actually coming up there, and I actually filled it up with a little bit of coolant. It wasn't low, but I just put a little bit in there. And it's actually running really good. It's actually getting right up to the operating temperature. So that's good. But this idle, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I think there's a vacuum leak somewhere, and I checked online that they said that there might be a intake gasket might be leaking, so you can take a little bit of soapy water and you can spray it around the intake and see if it changes the idle. And if it changes the idle, then that might be it. It might be even the TPS sensor, the throttle position sensor. So I might take that out. I got some cleaner. I might clean it. And so we're going to diagnose this. We're going to figure this out. So let me drive this home, get this car done smoking, and see what we got. But that's a good sign that we actually got it operating temperature. So I'm happy about that. So let's check this out, and I'll see you at home. All right, made it home, and still smoking, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna leave it run here for a minute. But operating temperature is still good, but it's still got a really high idle for idling. And see, it's a neutral, brakes on, and my foot's off the gas, and still got a high idle. So we're gonna have to try to figure this out. So let me do a little diagnostic from it and check some things out, and I'll let you know what I find out. But let me let this run for a second. Started already up to operating temperature, so that's good. And still smoking a little tiny bit, so I'm gonna let it run here. I'm gonna rev it up a little bit, and then we'll check this out. So try to find out what's wrong with this. So after doing the Seafoam, I got the idle down from 2,000 RPMs down to about 1600, but it's still high, and it's still running like at 3,000 RPMs in fifth gear, about 70 miles an hour. So that's a little too high. So I've looked online, and I've talked to a few people on the Saturn forum, and they told me to check the IAC, which is the idle air control module, the motor in the throttle body. Take out the throttle body, clean it up, and put it back in there, and see if that fixes it. So we're gonna do that real quick, and we'll see if we can fix this problem. So let's do it. Alright, so I got the throttle body off. I got all the bolts out, so we're getting ready to pull this up, and we're gonna see what it looks like on the inside here. There's the bolt stuck right there, but it'll be all right once you get this up. So let's get this off of here. This just plugs right in the back, and it's just got a little clip right here. You just unclip it from one side and you just pull it out. It's just an extra set of vacuum. Here we go. And she's out, and we're gonna see what she looks like. And then drop the bolt. Look at that. Look how dirty that is. Look at this. What's that, oil? That's just carbon buildup inside here. And here is your this is your TPS sensor. It's your throttle body is here. And this is your IAC. So you got to get a 20 number 20 star. We're gonna get this out. So we're gonna get this out. We're gonna clean this up. Looks okay, but still a lot of carbon buildup in there. So we're gonna spray this out, get this cleaned up, get this all cleaned up, and then we'll put it back in the car and we'll see what it does. So let's do it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look how freaking dirty this thing was. Whew. I'm gonna get this all cleaned out. Try to hold it. I spray it out. Get the other side. Alright, there we go. Got this all cleaned out now. I'll just get we'll get the IAC out of here. We'll get a 20 millimeter Torx bit. We'll clean this all up. Oh my goodness, look at this. Ooh, so freaking dirty, huh? Probably should run a lot better now, huh? What do you think? Look how much cleaner that is now. All right, well, let's get this out of here and let's see what this see what the IAC motor looks like. So let's get the Torx and let's get this out. Your gasket. It's pretty black. You can see on the inside here, it's all black. Let's spray it with some cleaner. We'll scrub it, and then we'll put this back in the car, and we'll see if it runs. See if it runs any better. See all that in there. See how black it is inside there. You can see it. Get up a little closer. Yeah, right in there. So we're gonna spray this all out, clean this all up, and then we'll clean this up right here, and then we'll install it back on the car, and we'll see if it actually fixes the idle. Let's clean it up, and I'll be right back. All right, so we got done cleaning the IAC here. Got that all cleaned in there. Butterflies cleaned up on the back side. Look how clean it looks now. Throttle body in the inside. Throttle plate, butterfly looks good. Everything is all cleaned up. So let's finish tightening all this down. So took out the TPS, which is the throttle position sensor. So I took that out, cleaned that up a little bit. It wasn't bad, but the IAC was bad all inside here. So I'm gonna get ready and tighten this up, and we're gonna put it on the car and plug it in, and we're gonna see if it fixed our problem. Hopefully it did. So let's tighten these down, make sure these are tight. All right, let's go. So we're gonna go put this back on the car, and then we'll see what it is. So I'll see you when it's done. And I know it's really windy, but got the throttle body back on, got the bolts on, Got the throttle cable back on, TPS sensor and IAC sensor. It's all plugged in, ready to go. Got everything plugged in there and tightened down there. So we should be ready to go. We want to go ahead and start it up. Prime the fuel pump a couple times. And we'll see. All right, turn it on just a little bit. Okay, turn it off and do it again.
It's still priming.
Okay, we should be good now. Go ahead and start it up. Well, let's go drive it, go for a ride real quick, and we'll see if the idle actually fixes itself. So we'll be right back and go for a ride. All right, so we're gonna drive the car. We're gonna see how much better the throttle response is after cleaning that out. Let's see if we can see right here. Idle seems to be a lot better. Got service engine soon light on because I didn't have the TPS or the IAC plugged in, and Corey went to turn on the accessories, so that's the reason that that's on. We're gonna have to go up to O'Reilly's and we'll throw it on a scanner. We'll just see what it is. But what do you think of the throttle response? Better?
Yeah, I think so.
We're gonna drive it, and then we're gonna see if it actually is better in idle. So we're back. All right, so we drove the car for a little while, and it seems like the idle is about 900, and it was about 1500, 1600 RPMs, and it was about 2000 RPMs before we did the seafoam. Give it some rev real quick. It sounds so much better. Let's see if the idle goes back down. Yeah, about 900 RPMs. Right? About 900?
Yeah.
About 900 RPMs. So, I think it's fixed. I think that was the problem. So, we're going to go up to O'Reilly's. We're going to throw it on a scanner real quick. We're going to see what the service engine soon light's on. I bet you it's because he turned on the accessories when I didn't have that plugged in, but we're going to see. But I think that was the problem. So, yeah. So it's fixed. On to the next thing. Since we brought the Saturn home, we had a high idle and put some seafoam in it. It's about 2,000 RPMs and went down to about 15 to 16. I've been driving it for a few days. Seems to be getting a little bit better, but it didn't seem to get any better than that. So I took the throttle body out, cleaned it up, cleaned the IAC, the idle air control module, and cleaned all the carbon out of the butterfly and everything, the throttle body, got it all cleaned up, and it seems like it's working fine now. It's running about 900 RPM. So we're on to the next thing. We got to get the wheels balanced, we got to get the brakes, and we got to get the leak fixed in the trunk, and we got to get some paint on this thing before we put it up for sale. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JC Motor Garage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on JC Motor Garage.